in the break room.
That's right. That's right.
It's time to take a break.
It's time to take a break.
What's happening? It's your boy T Big Black, and that's your cue, Les. So let me start over. Hey, what's going on? This your boy T McBlack, and
I'm just Les.
See, Les came in late. That's why he ain't prepared. Normally, Les is on point, but
I was late today.
I don't know what he was doing. I was in panicking, thinking I'm gonna have to go off the cuff, which I go off the cuff anyway. But this is the break room. How's everybody this fine Monday evening?
What's up, everybody? Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't think about it till we talked about it. We would have probably had some all-lady guest on, but Les reminded me at about 3 o'clock. So at 3 o'clock, we were like, hey, okay. But you know what? I'm thinking either Hallmark or somebody is creating all of these holidays and makes us spend money or buy donuts or send things to office. So, I mean, when we go next, it'll be National Terrace Day, we're just going to have a day for everybody and everything. But If you are a woman, we appreciate you. Women are underrated in America. They are fighting hard for their rights, for equal pay, equal what everything, and they deserve it because they are human. They are our rib. Adam had a helpmate, and she came from his rib. And they were meant to be partners. There is no existence of mankind without a woman, and I'm thankful for you. And women are beautiful.
A blessing.
A blessing. Can't live without them. Some of you can. That'll be another show. Some of you can live without them. Not your boy. I can't live without him. Yep. So that's another story. We don't want nobody. We don't want Me Too or nobody coming up.
Right. No drama today.
But if you're ready for it, we ready for it. But yep, can't live without them. They say you can't live with them, can't live without them. But either way, I don't want to try.
So we salute you on today.
We salute you and we love you. It's your boy T McBlack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And just less.
Just less. A lot of stuff going on today. We're going to go over two things. Locally, just got the news, and you see it on our page. Mount Zion, a pillar in the community, Mount Zion Baptist Church, is having a vaccine drive. That's going to be on, let's see, it's going to be on March 23rd.
My dad's birthday.
And that's going to be between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. And then again on March 27th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. As anybody know that's grown up in Joliet, Mount Zion was a pillar in the community, still is, as far as civil rights is concerned. The late Dr. Isaac Singleton walked with Martin Luther King and many others in the civil rights movement. So that's a blessing that they're getting involved in the community as far as the vaccination is concerned. Still, a lot of people are apprehensive of getting the vaccine, and I truly understand that.
I'm closer and closer to doing it less. I just been thinking about it because before long, it's going to be you have to have the vaccine or you're going to have a card. You're going to have something to even go into places publicly.
Right.
But I figure if everybody else got the vaccine and I don't have it right now, then I could go because they won't have it.
Right.
I won't be able to catch it from them because they'll be vaccinated.
Right. I'm thinking after maybe a year's time, maybe it's going to be required at a job. I know in my day job, it's required to have a flu shot.
That's amazing. The only time I ever took a flu shot was in the military, and then when you are in the military, you are not your own person. You don't belong to you. You belong to old Uncle Sam. So
yes, sir.
The only thing they didn't force me to take was penicillin because I'm allergic to penicillin. So those other guys get in line. Whether you like it or not, they're going to stick you with that long needle. But when it came to the flu shot, you belonged to Uncle Sam. You had no say-so, and they administered the flu vaccination, if you will. And I hadn't had one since 1986. Hadn't felt the need to, and like I said, I probably wouldn't have had one then, but Uncle Sam was my mammy and my pappy, so I had to do what I had to do at that time.
This is for me. I worked with an individual, and they were telling me they take this certain vitamin or pill every day.
Viagra?
Not fiber.
I said Viagra. I said Viagra. I didn't say fiber.
Oh, no, man.
Why
am I need that on the job, man?
Hey, they might just give you some information. Maybe you just want to be standing at attention so you can hear the boss. I don't know. All right, keep going, Les. I'm sorry, man.
Lost my train of
Killed your train of thought.
Oh, this goes back to our parents. Cod liver oil.
Yes, sir.
That is the best immune builder to have. Of course, rest, getting your rest. But ever since I've been taking it, and it's in a small capsule, so you don't have to drink it like back in the day. They had it in a bottle. You had to pour it in a spoon and drink it. Nasty stuff.
Oh, boy.
But it's in a pill now, and I take that daily, and it is.
You take a castor oil pill?
Yes, sir.
We took
Cod
it.
liver oil.
Oh, cod liver oil. You know, and we took it. We took it a spoonful every morning, and then she would make us. We'd eat a piece of candy afterward to kill the taste of it. But
Yeah.
I mean, but you think about it, Les, we were never sick. We were never sick. I mean, there was less preservatives and less garbage in the food, but we were never sick.
That is so true.
And now that I'm an adult, it's like I don't hesitate to take a lot of things. A lot of things don't taste good, like black seed oil.
Right.
Black seed oil is horrible. It tastes like windshield washer fluid and some lighter fluid mixed. But, you know, when you read the properties of what it does to you, you know, you can quickly get past the taste. And it's some things I take it with a lot of other different herbs. I posted it in the break room, and I have access to people who actually do the sea moss gel and the different herbs. You'll find there's medicinal values in the herbs that God put here on earth. Because we are designed, we should be healing ourselves with what's natural. But hey, that's another story.
That's right.
But hey, it is what it is.
That's right. So if you're thinking about getting the vaccine, shoot over, at least in the Joliet area, you want to shoot over to Mount Zion Baptist Church on those dates. We did post it on the Facebook page for the break room.
Do you know if it's Moderna, Pfizer, or any of those other Johnson & Johnson?
That's a good question. I was looking at the
like it matters.
flyer. Some people are actually saying it does matter. A lot of people are apprehensive getting a Johnson & Johnson.
Because they'll put baby powder in you. Johnson's baby powder.
Baby powder COVID vaccine.
They give you some baby oil. Johnson & Johnson, you figure they been around for a while, but I didn't know they were into pharmaceuticals, so that would be, that would be a little challenging. But like I said, I like, I've never heard of Moderna until this occurred. I heard of Pfizer because, you know, Pfizer makes a lot of things for men.
Right.
So, you know, we hear about those things.
Right.
So I trust Pfizer because Pfizer can make the dead rise up. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I wouldn't know nothing about that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're finna talk about that today.
We're not.
Bogart.
I'm just trying to help people.
Help.
Yep. So Les, we got a few things going on. So that was the. What about the trial or the? Today I think they picked the jury for the Chauvin, Derek Chauvin. They picked the jury today.
Yeah, and they went into recess because they want to bring up third-degree murder charges. They put in a motion for third-degree murder charges.
Third degree?
Yeah, right now they're going with second-degree murder and first-degree manslaughter, I believe it is.
You know what? All these all I know is you killed him. You put your foot on his neck. You put your knee on his neck for 9 minutes. So I don't know what was manslaughter. I don't know how. I guess it's the intent, but I don't think his intent was to let him live. I'm gonna be fair. I don't think that he intended to kill, but I know he wanted to inflict some bodily harm, but he went too far.
Way too far.
So certain things dictate whether somebody can. I mean, the charges. Yeah. But see, here's the whole thing. Let's realize that, and we have to be careful what we say. But I tell you this: it's a powder keg, and they are waiting.
Yeah.
It's just like when my man got up in office and said, "Hey, Proud Boy, stand by and stand," whatever he said. It's like, yeah, stand by. So we don't know what's going to happen. We all want the best. We want justice. All we ever wanted was justice. We don't want to be better than anybody. We didn't want to be under somebody's foot all the time. We just want justice.
Absolutely.
We want, if you're going to do a crime, the disparity between the people that are, I worked for the Department of Corrections, the disparity between people in the Department of Corrections, you know, majority, African-American, Hispanic, and then white. So here's the thing. I just want justice. I want justice.
I agree, man. I mean, we treat man's best friend, which is a dog, better than we do humans. If that would have been a dog,
it's proven.
He would have been behind bars.
If that dude would have put his foot on a dog's neck, they would have executed him. And you know what? Unfortunately, like I said, when we talk like this, we understand that there are a certain amount of people in any color group that are complete jackasses.
Well,
So, and that's just simple as that, because if you think there aren't any African American ones,
there's a lot of
you're looking at one. No, but I'm just saying, the point is, I never judge somebody on, it's just about the content of their character. But, we understand that the world doesn't see things like that, but
right.
it's something else, man. I think Dr. Bogart need that link. Let's see, our super engineer and producer is on the wheels of steel at Audiohive. Doctor said she did not get that link, I think.
We're going to have a wonderful doctor streaming in live.
What, did you get the email, B?
Yeah, I sent it. Double check up here.
He came in with his radio voice. He came, I just...
I like the way this mic makes me sound.
Yeah, that's all right, man. You're the mic guy.
You've been hanging around us with the...
He hanging around guys with pipes. We got pipes. Give it up one time for Audiohive, Brian McKinder, the master engineer, a man barely alive.
That clapper cover.
We could rebuild him. The world's first $6 million man. It is what it is. So let's. That thing is going to be something to see. We don't.
It is.
I'm not going to sit up and make any brash assumptions, but we see things and we see justice. We see equality different. I know what I want to happen, and I know that it should happen, and I'm looking forward to it happening.
Yeah.
And that's him being locked away for a long time. It's just simple as that.
I didn't like all the loitering and the burning of buildings that went on by agitators. I wouldn't say BLM was behind that. I think agitators came in from the outside starting that, but it still wasn't good because it looks like BLM started it. But they didn't. They didn't.
Les, they pulled over and stopped so many people who weren't necessarily of the black race that were breaking. A lot of people in general was looking at an opportunity to tear up stuff and break things, but we knew just like always we would catch the blame. Yep. A lot of people were at these people for breaking and doing a lot of the loitering things. But like I said, it was some of everybody. But you know how that works out. They will make it look like it was just everybody out there. But we've been seeing this for a long time, so it's nothing new to us. It's nothing new at all. Yeah. But I say this: I'm not for looting. I'm not for tearing up things. But let's just face it. I fell out with a lot of people about that because at some point in time, if it comes to you, my friend, or my son, or my brother, I could care less when it comes to that because that'll be replaced.
You can.
I'm not advocating it, but you know what? To put more emphasis on that than somebody's life, hey, I fell out with a lot of people about it, but it is what it is. Because sometimes rioting and all that protest is the cry of the unheard.
That's right.
And we didn't make that up.
That's right.
And sometimes I often wish sometimes that we didn't, well, I can't say listen to Martin Luther King, but they never publicized some of his last speeches. Some of his very last speeches would have let you know that things were changing. So, and like I say, but, they don't publicize that because we are in a controlled environment. The media will always control and put things out there to sway your thinking. I'm trying to see if we got the doctor on the line yet.
Speaking of MLK, Scott, if you're listening, I went down to visit him and my other brother Dwayne down in the A. And he took me down to the memorial and the church where Dr. Martin Luther King preached at. And they had a tape of him preaching in the sanctuary where you can just go in and sit down and just listen to his past sermons. And it was an emotional time. I won't lie. It was very, I couldn't explain it. You'll have to experience it for yourself. But it was emotional, and the things that he was preaching, civil rights leaders are preaching even on today.
Absolutely. I'm going to send Brian this little shot right here because I think we're going to use a different email. So I was just sent that, so I'm going to send that to the super engineer. Give it up one time.
For the super engineer. Coming to a theater near you.
Coming to a theater near you. The super engineer.
So when's the last time you've been to a theater?
Me?
Yeah, anybody, people that are watching, shoot us a text or a what you call it there on Facebook when you message people, man.
Instant messenger. Did you get that email, Brian?
I haven't seen anything.
I just sent you a screenshot.
Oh, I got it.
All right.
So when's the last time y'all been to a theater? Can you remember?
Before COVID, what you thought?
Well, I think some people went during COVID.
Well, you know what? I like the movie experience. I was big on the movie experience, but I took the bitter with the sweet. And since I was actually doing some type of dieting and different fasting, I was good with it because there's no way I'm going to go to the theater without eating popcorn. I could be completely full, but I'm going to have a big, huge bucket of popcorn, and I'm going to refill it because usually even before the movie start, I'm already down a whole container. So I didn't have to eat no butter and salt. So I've been streaming a lot. I probably streamed more. I think that's the new thing. Everybody's streaming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why go to the movie when you could watch it from your couch?
All right, we got her ready to come on in.
All right, but right before she comes in, I just wanted to know next week, or I just wanted to tell you, next week, actually the 22nd, some of the representatives from Joliet Junior College will be here. There's a program out we want you to know about. It says, are you ready to start your career in a high-demand, high-growth occupation? Joliet Junior College received grant money and funding for the workforce training opportunities that will ensue everybody a good living wage. The program is going to benefit foundational training to start a career,
Awesome.
textbooks and supplies, gas cards, bus pass, a stipend for completion, career readiness and training, the opportunity to earn National Career Readiness Certificate, job placement, and I think that, well, see, here's some of the jobs they're going to help you obtain. And through the training, each training program will prepare you with the knowledge and skills and resources you need to start your career. Commercial truck driving, CDL, dental assistant, heating, well, HVAC, industrial maintenance technician, phlebotomy technician, process operator technician, warehouse associate. Joliet Junior College is doing it again, and to be honest with you, this is how I got my career started. When I got out of the military, I was able to obtain my CDL, and I've been working for the city of Joliet, and I've had this my CDL for years now, and it was through a program like this. So I'm encouraging you next week, no, the 22nd, to tune in. We're going to give you information how to sign up and how to get that thing going, because this is an opportunity, and you'll never be able to say, I didn't know about it. You'll hear it right here at the break room. Share that information. It's pertinent information. You might have a young man, or even you know, after COVID, a lot of people are out of work. This is funding that's going to help you get yourself started. And out of the, I forgot the amount. There's a couple million dollars on the line, and 60% of it is geared towards the African American community.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's just good to give back. It's just good to receive something. But it makes us look bad when you don't take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, please, because you'll need this.
Workforce is a great resource. I remember when I was unemployed at one time, and I went. You know, you got to apply for your unemployment benefits and things of that sort. But there are also other resources that you can obtain while you're unemployed. And I tapped into the workforce, and they were able to help me. They help you get your resumes together. They help you look for jobs. Anything that you need is at Workforce. So,
and it's free.
It is free.
It's already funded. It's taken care of. Tell your children that are over 18 that may be in the middle of not necessarily wanting to go to college and looking for other things to do. You could tell them this information. HVAC is an awesome paying job. Industrial maintenance technician, phlebotomy technicians,
Good money.
Process operators. That's where ExxonMobil and all of these other places, all of those use process operator technicians. They start off over $60,000, $70,000 a year.
Sir.
Dental assistants and CDL drivers. But you gotta take advantage of it, or you'll be sitting around here crying and saying, I'm a victim. Nobody ever gave me anything.
Well,
all my life, I had to fight.
All my life, I had to fight hard.
That's all good. Without any further ado, we're going to talk about some things. I didn't get any questions, so people are embarrassed. I don't know why. But hey, without any further ado, we're going to bring to you the one, the only Dr. Charlena Bogart. Hold up, let me. Listen to all these people clapping. The world's finest doctor. Give it up one time. Hey there, how you doing?
Dr. Bogart, hello.
Let's roll that mic. You need to get a real mic, doc. You lip syncing. I can't hear you. You lip syncing. You out. I can't hear you. You lip syncing.
It's because I turned the mic off.
There
I
we
have
go.
myself muted.
You know what? Chances are when you're muted, we won't be able to hear you. So,
Well, you know what? Anyway, can you hear me now?
yeah, we hear you, and we
All
can see
right.
you.
Well,
You were
lovely.
supposed to be in here today, but you got
I
caught.
know, man.
Look, we had an extra chair, we got extra mic. You're gonna be sitting right here next to Les at TV Black in the break room. I was gonna be like this whole show, like I was gonna be like this.
God knew. He was like, no.
He knew.
No. He was like, no.
He knew.
Let me. So I got delayed and I had to stay in Memphis, but I'll be there Wednesday, I think.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, tune in tomorrow. The break room's tomorrow. We're gonna have her back tomorrow. It's all good. So you couldn't make it. You had some things to do, but nonetheless, due to modern technology, you are yet here in our midst.
I am.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. I was doing my best to get guys to just. Everything is so taboo. Everybody's private, but I'm telling you, what closed mouths don't get fed.
You know?
Yep. And if you are not transparent enough to reach out, I mean, I'm not gonna make fun of you. I mean, everybody has their issues, but
They don't know that.
yeah, I'm gonna make fun of them.
Oh, they know. I thought you said
know.
they don't know they have issues. They know.
Yeah, they know. But they know I wouldn't talk about them like on the break room. I just talk about it when I see them other places. But the point is, when help is there, and you are too proud or you are too ashamed to get it, then I don't know what to tell you, because I'm going for all the help I can get whenever I can get it, because you never know when it'll come in handy. Information is always good to have.
Oh, but you know, it is like you said, it is a taboo topic, and unfortunately, here in America, anything that has to do without sex, there's just so many innuendos around it. And even as a physician, I know sometimes when I make do posts and things about sexual health, I will have people who will literally tell me that it is inappropriate for me to even talk about sex. I'm like, but I'm a physician and I'm a gynecologist. If I can't talk about it, who does? And
Only the people who only do it missionary, I think. I don't know, but it's like I'm amazed that. No, we're going to do it like this,
I don't endorse that.
We're not going to do anything else. We're just going to do it like this, Marge. The Bible says. But look, it's just.
With the lights off.
You have the lights off, and you need to have your head tied up. So the thing is, people are having them and they're sneaking through. I understand, but I think it's because people are ashamed to be talked about. But when you start listening to your body and you realize things are changing because you become of age, you're going to either run to the doctor and get pumped full of prescriptions, or you're going to take a holistic or a natural approach to it and take the things or get research and information about the things that's going to help you. Because I believe you should be able to function sexually your whole life. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. Well, and this is the thing. A lot of people don't realize this, is that here in the U.S., within 2 years, 1/3 of all long-term couples are sexless, like within 2 years of living together. So that means they're having sex less than 10 times with one another. They're sexless with one another. So I got to quantify that. And within 5 years, that number goes up to half. So that means people are just cohabitating to pay the bills, to take care of the kids. We're just roommates.
Wow.
And
that's amazing. I mean, it seems.
Why is that?
I don't know.
What's the studies behind that? Why are
there's the stress of life.
Okay.
So, life happens. We work a lot. You get together, you start having kids, and then the kids become the center of the relationship instead of the partners being the center of, the mother is taking care of the kids more than she's taking care of her spouse. The kids are in the bed when the kids should never be in the bed. So, and then the kids have these schedules that, I have patients there and they come in and they tell me how tired they are. And their kids literally have stuff scheduled now, not during COVID, but literally from 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. They are in everything every day. So schedules and stress are number one. But then there's also the very real, as we get older, the decreasing sexual function. So for women, usually libido, sex becomes one more chore for women. When women have a lot of things to do, sex just becomes one more chore that she has to do.
That's amazing.
And for men, typically, as long as usually if a man can function and he feels safe in the relationship, meaning he's not emasculated and he feels connected to the woman, typically he's going to be all in for having sex. You know, for us, it's all, we got so many things that play into it. Right. But for men, once they start having issues with their sexual function, men tend to shut down and don't always address it with their wife. Well, that's when they start staying on the couch longer. Then, you know, the woman interprets that as, you know, he's not attracted to me. And so they just don't talk about it. And then 2 years go by and they realize, oh, we haven't had sex in 2 years.
Whoa.
Wow.
I mean, you know what? I'm not that I ever want to put my personal business out, but guess what ain't gonna happen? That mess ain't gonna never happen. You gotta be kidding me. 2 years.
You would be surprised how you would be.
I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm gonna be surprised.
That's a long time.
That's a lot. No, 2 days is too long. What you mean 2 years?
Oh Lord Jesus.
No, I mean, come on. I mean, you know, it's funny, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. But I understand why. But what I'm saying is, but ahead of time, when you know that that's coming, I'm thinking like you have to want to do something about that other than like after I got 30 when things were changing and all that. My doctor was like, hey, well, this is going to happen because you're getting older. I'm thinking like, right. and I went for that for a year or two. I'm thinking like that. Nah, that don't make sense because I'm getting older. I mean, he just didn't want to look into it, but I figured this, let me put him on the curb and I can look into it because there's a lot of information. There are people like you. There's a lot of information that you could read and you could study up on, and you'll find that you were just there's a few, say, changes away from being healthy. Right. And it's worth it. It's almost too important for me to even imagine that. I don't even want to.
And you know, specifically if we're going to just talk about men. So when men turn around age 30, so at age 30, a man's testosterone starts to go down. It decreases about 1 to 3% every year. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, in the healthcare world, we don't always address that and recognize it for what it is until a man starts having issues. And because it happens so slowly, most men don't even recognize that they're having the decrease in their function until it just stops working. And so that's one of the you know, as you said, in getting the information and having the knowledge. And so I do recommend it, you know, every man should have his hormones tested, at least by age 35. You should have some baseline testing and know what's going on. But your lifestyle is the most important thing that you can do. The more stress you have in your life, the lower your testosterone level will be, the lower your libido will be. It's, you know, stress is, we know it's detrimental to our health in every way. But when you have a healthy lifestyle, it actually improves your sexual function.
Absolutely.
And it's not, you know, it's just not anecdotal. It really does improve your sexual function.
Yeah, because behind sex is happiness. So, I mean, it's just amazing.
Man. Now, is it myth or fact for men, especially for testosterone? I know there are some testosterone replacement therapies that are out there, but there are a lot of fitness gurus on YouTube that are saying there are certain things that for men over 40 or over 50 that can do certain exercises. I said
Sexercise. Sign me up, buddy.
Well, there actually is a guy who has a platform that it's called Sexercise. He came to my retreat that I had for women in Florida.
Was it James Brown?
No.
Richard Simmons.
You raised up from the dead, huh?
Man. But this is, go ahead, Les, because I'm mad.
Is that fact or myth that men over 40 or 50 can do certain exercises to build up their testosterone?
Yes.
So you can have a lifestyle that supports having healthy testosterone levels. Okay. If you are truly deficient, it's going to be very difficult for you to make adequate levels to get to where you need to be. So a lot of times, if you will see like men who who work out, who have a healthy fitness routine, who have a healthy diet, who don't drink, who don't smoke, who sleep at night, they will maintain healthy testosterone levels longer than, say, men who don't have those things in their life. And so the more stressors you have, the lower your testosterone levels are going to be. Once you become truly deficient, you can do these lifestyle modifications, and they will help your body to start making testosterone, but it's almost inevitable that you're going to need some type of supplementation to get to the levels that you need to be optimal.
Now, supplementation, just for people who are listening, that is not, and I know we talked before, we don't want to mention any names. I mean, you know what I'm saying, as far as the product names, but those are not supplements.
Well,
those are not supplements. You know, a lot of people think, well...
Oh, no. You cannot go to GNC and get, I think my thing just went out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Brian, I can hear that.
So this is not the supplements you can go and get at GNC.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That was less playing games. No, yeah, I'm just saying, you know, people think that when you say supplements, they think that the quick fix from the doctors, the prescriptions. I know a lot of people think that those are the true help.
I think you're talking like the Cialis and the Viagra and things like that. Now those, I'm not gonna, we're not gonna potty poo poo anything, because they have their place. They have their place. They do help with blood flow, but the thing about them is they don't correct the underlying problem. So the goal is to correct the underlying problem so that you can function on your own without necessitating these things, but you may need them to be a part of an overall treatment regimen.
Okay. Now, this 21 hormone replacement therapy.
21 day. It ain't no 21 hormone. I got more than 21.
My bad.
You might add 21. That's why you can't get
21 day hormone reset.
I'm a part.
You elaborate? He turned me on to that today to join up.
Actually, I did it before, but he didn't listen until he saw you.
I didn't listen. I'm like, dude, what you talking about, man? I ain't getting in that.
Okay.
Yes, Torry is a card carrying member.
That's why I got.
He's a founder. He sits on the board.
Boardwalk.
So tell us, for us that don't really know about it, can you elaborate on it and let us know what it's about?
So essentially, the first thing is 21 day hormone reset. It's not just for women. That's the first question I get. Is it just for women because it's, hormones? But no, because men have hormones too. And basically, my goal was to help people to have an understanding of how to make lifestyle decisions that are conducive to health. There's so much information out there that's just confusing, and people... Now I hear myself.
No, that was me, because I did this what Les did. I want to get even with him.
Really?
Playing with the buttons.
It was an accident.
But so there's so much information out there, and it can be confusing. And so my goal is to help people to basically sift through all of that and get a real understanding of what's real. So for 21 days, I get on at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we have one little topic, and there's a workbook, so you kind of know exactly what we're talking about. And I give you one small thing that you can do to, like, for instance, the first day we talk about water, why water is important, how much water you should be getting in, and so these small things. But what it does is it really helps you to understand why you may not be reaching your fitness goals, to make it make sense. One of the things we did was, during the course of it, everyone had to calculate macros. And what that is basically, I had everyone determine themselves basically how much their caloric need is for the day, and then to break that down into how much fat, protein, and carbohydrates, depending on their health goals. So if they wanted to lose weight, if they wanted to maintain, or if they were trying to put on muscle. So depending on what their goal was, that said how their macros would be broken up. Okay. Well, and what was revealing about that for almost everyone in the group was that they were not eating for their goals. A lot of times people will say, you know, I eat healthy, but when you don't see that your diet is not conducive to your goals, it's like, you know, you're beating your head against the wall. Why is this not working? Well, if you're not putting the right things in your body, it's not going to give you the results. And so that is kind of, I make it easy, really, really easy things. There's no crash, there's no hard
It's
dieting,
got to be
there's
easy
no
if I can follow it,
exercising, right? And
because I'm
literally,
not that
and
smart.
I made no promises that anybody was going to lose any weight. Literally, I didn't. But most of the people in the group who follow this stuff lost weight, lost inches. Almost everyone has increased energy, especially those who did the detox. 100% of the people who did the detox say their energy is a lot better now.
Okay.
People's sleeping is better. The brain fogginess is gone. The bloating, a lot of people no longer have the bloating that they were experiencing. Allergy symptoms have improved. And again, there was no extreme changes. It was just having knowledge about how different foods respond in your body and what happens when you consume them, and it just helping people to make better decisions.
It
So
was, I was wanting to just drop in for a second
yeah.
because I still, of course, I think I bought the 90 day and it's a detox. It's a real good detox. And you know what? Like I said, I realized one day, just because I've been working 12, 13, a lot of hours, and I just realized that, okay, my energy is ridiculous. And it just dawned on me that I'm not crashing, I'm not tired, and I was already eating somewhat healthy. So I had a real detox. But you know what? Now, like I said, she didn't promise we lose weight. I'm probably 20-something down.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, I like I said, I already started taking care of myself, skin, hair, and all that good stuff. But I tell you, here's the weirdest thing. After I got my braces off, I had an abscess. And I'm thinking, okay, is this coincident? Because it's got to be coincidental. I had a huge, it got bad, and because I hate the dentist, and if you're listening, and I still hate you, I hate them, and I started, it became huge. And when I started the detox, you know, it shrank all the way down to nothing.
Wow.
I'm thinking like,
So the chemical imbalance in your body.
I don't know, but there's nothing there now. There's absolutely, it was a huge dot where I couldn't lay on that side. So, I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, that's more than a coincidence because I took an antibiotic, amoxicillin, and I took a whole container of them, not all at once, but I took them and it didn't do anything. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to go let this man do what he's gonna do. And I'm telling you, it went completely away right after, close to the end of the 21 days. Yeah, it was crazy.
Right. And remember, so what Torry's referring to is there's a specific detox. It's a 7-day detox. You can do 7 or 14 days. Mm-hmm. And it's not like a juice detox, some of these crazy ones that people go on. It's not a water detox. It's a true system that's designed to cleanse the liver, because the liver is what cleanses toxins out of our bodies. But it also releases toxins. When we have toxins in our body, they're actually stored in our fat cells. Mm-hmm. So that's why over time we start to put all the fat in our midsections, because that fat is actually protective for the body. It's storing all those toxins. And so what the detox we did does, it goes and it primes the body to have molecules ready. So you cleanse the liver, you release the toxins from the fat cells, but then there are molecules ready to attach to those toxins and carry them out of the body. But what that does is, number one, you're getting rid of inflammation, which all that swelling you had with that abscess was a lot of inflammation. So you help to get rid of the inflammation, but you also improved your immune systems, because when you do that, your body's own immune system works better. And so it can actually go in. Our bodies can repair and fix themselves if we just give it the foundation that it needs. And that's so and you see the proof is in the pudding. You see it. If you have a healthy foundation, your body can fix. I'm not going to say you don't need medicine. Obviously, I'm a physician, so you know but for a lot of things that we give medication for, if you have a healthy diet, if you have a healthy functioning body, our bodies can actually handle these things without us needing medications.
Good. Now, since you know, like I say, Les reminded me today was Women's Day, and I'm thinking like, we were talking about men's health, so we actually forgot. So, but hey, we're talking to a woman now, and she's helping men. So that's what, you know.
Well, you know, if I help you, I'm helping me ultimately, because you know that's how
Well,
fight the power. Look, so now, men. I know men that are ever since 30. I've been getting a prostate exam, and then after I hit 50, I was going twice a year, and it just blows me to find out that people are still not, especially black men, that they are not getting PSAs.
I had one and it was so uncomfortable.
Well, they could, it's not always the old-fashioned way, but they could, through your blood. Now, I'm just thinking if you go to get a PSA and like you see one hand on your shoulder, then you see the other one, that's not a PSA, that's something else. That's not it. But men
That's
are
not my field of medicine.
I'm just saying, but I'm just yay. But I'm just saying, it's just the health-wise, people are not doing it. People like to wait till the last minute to take care of themselves.
And because there's just a fear, and we have this thing is, if I don't know about it, it doesn't exist, and we know it's not true. And unfortunately, by the time we start to have symptoms, it's too late.
Well, yeah.
Now we have advanced disease, and we just have to get over that fear of the unknown and recognize early detection is the best option, the best chance of cure.
Absolutely.
And I think, especially as you said, in our African American community, we do need to have more initiatives to encourage men to get early checkups. For women, we have, we because of childbearing years, we are automatically kind of in that system of having our annual exams, but we don't have the same thing in place for men. And so a lot of times, unless a man is either in touch with his health or has a woman in his life who's, very adamant about it, it's something men don't go to the doctor until they get sick.
That's crazy.
True, though.
Not in my case.
Very true.
So somebody sent a question in. They said they eat relatively healthy and they exercise, but they are 45, 46, and they're experiencing erectile dysfunction. And I'm like, that's pretty general, pretty open, because, people say that they don't really tell you exactly how they're living, but
That's right.
So, okay, that can be a number of things. So erectile dysfunction can either be difficulty achieving or difficulty maintaining an erection, which is two different issues. But in general, whenever I say if a man comes in and he has erectile dysfunction, there's three things we have to look at. So first is going to be the physical. Is it working? Is there adequate blood flow? Is there adequate nerve supply? So that means looking at his medical history. Is there any history of any cardiovascular disease? If there's any diabetes or high blood pressure, or the medications that treat those, or medications that treat depression, those things are going to affect erectile function. So is it working? Also looking at hormones, as I said, because if a man's testosterone level is low, it's going to be difficult for him to achieve an erection. So most of the time, unfortunately, in traditional medicine, if a man's testosterone level is 150 or 200, you'll be told, that's normal, that's fine. Most men actually function at best when their testosterone is around 800, between 8 and 1200. So men who
is that
have
an age group? Is that
no? That's for
because
all
on my
men.
labs, there's a age group, like from mine said from like 19 to 35. I guess there's a number they throw out there. I guess that's for us.
And that's you just made my point. So that normal lab value this is what a 50-year-old man's normal testosterone level
Generally,
is,
okay.
But that doesn't mean it's optimal. So just because just think about your eyesight.
Yeah.
I'm wearing
I can
these
still
readers.
see.
I'm wearing these readers because at 45, I stopped being able to see close up. I mean, I had to put this on because I'm close to this phone. When I stop talking to you, I can take it off. But just because it's normal for my eyesight to start going bad doesn't mean it's optimal. Optimal is for me to see 20/20, so I put these correctors on. So just because it's normal for the testosterone levels to go down and be 150 when you're 45 years old doesn't mean it's optimal. When you function best at 25, when your testosterone level was at 800, that's at optimal levels. That's what our goal is, to keep you optimal. That's where your health is going to actually benefit most. So just because your body starts to decline, and so when you go to the doctor and you get these labs done, and like you said, you have the lab that's done, and then you have your result, and then you have the row that has what the normal range is.
Yeah.
That normal range is determined by a subset of the population, that's that age range, and those people usually aren't healthy. So the goals of those labs is typically to make you equal to people that aren't healthy, which who would do that?
So the numbers, are the numbers general as well? Because I don't know who set the standard or set the bar. So I guess when I look at mine, I mean, so I guess it's just a general thing. So it's just.
Okay, so
I've never
that's why.
seen it in a general lab test, though, when I get my physical.
You didn't
It's
ask.
something you got to ask for, I guess, huh?
Yeah, you
Now, if you look at your labs, they're always all of your labs are going to have, it'll have whatever the lab that was drawn, and then they'll have a row with your actual result, and then that last row is going to be what the normal range is. So it'll tell you whether you're inside or outside of that range, whether you're high or low. But that normal range is determined based on a subset of the population that's around your age and usually not healthy. That normal range is not saying, okay, what would be optimal for this testosterone? It's like, okay, what the average man who's 55, what's his testosterone? That's what we're going to set as the norm.
Okay.
Not what's a healthy testosterone level.
Yeah, they don't bother telling you that. Now, as far as treatment, I don't know how much you can say. Okay. Now, there are pellets and there are injections. Do you find those to be all right?
Yeah.
If you're healthy?
So yes. Oh, healthy or not, believe
Really?
it or not. So there are some of the like at Cleveland Clinic, some of the big heart institutions, when patients have cardiovascular disease, heart failure, and they are planning to do heart surgery on them, they actually put them on a protocol of testosterone replacement because of the beneficial cardiovascular properties of testosterone. It is cardioprotective. So they actually go on protocols of testosterone replacement before having their surgeries because it improves the muscle. Remember, testosterone helps with muscle, and the heart is a muscle, but it also helps with the cardiovascular function in and of itself with the blood vessels. And so healthy or not, an optimal testosterone level is going to be good for everyone. Now, as far as replacement goes, yes, there is. So it can be oral, meaning it can be a pill. It can be a cream. It can be an injection, or it can be a pellet.
Pellets.
People always say, what's best? What's best? What's best? What's best is the one that you're going to use first and
pellets.
foremost.
I just told the world I got pellets. I got pellets.
The one I would stick away, I generally don't like to use is oral because it's more difficult to get a steady state in the blood because it has to be processed, and depending on what you're eating, it's more difficult to get a steady state. So the benefit of the pellets is that for men, you only have to get it generally twice a year. Pellets last about 4 to 6 months for men. For women, 3 to 4 months.
Ask your boy, Les. Ask your best friend. I'm the pellet guy.
Yeah, and they're
a pellet court. No,
I mean, it's wonderful because you literally, it's the best way to mimic what your testosterone level would be on its own because it's just a slow release, and so you're staying at what you normally would be. Whereas with, let's say you're doing the injections, when you do your injections either once a week or twice a week, when you do your injection, you go way up and then you start to go down. And then, so you're still kind of doing this.
You have to continue to get your injections.
Exactly.
Now, a friend of mine, because they were on different meds and different things going on in their life, I was referring them to my urologist. And insurance, actually, general insurances approve that, which I'm very, very shocked because I'm not ashamed to say I'm 55. I received the pellet treatment. So I was just telling a friend about it, but they were concerned about the would there be a side effect versus the medicines they're taking, or if they're taking something for thyroid, if they're taking something for kidney or high blood pressure, would this offset or cause a adverse reaction?
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is those medications are synthetic and the hormones are what your body naturally has.
Okay.
With just that, which one do you think is going to be safer?
Well, it's obvious to me.
Okay, so
The person that's listening needs to know. I asked the question. Okay,
to answer the question, there are side effects if you have too much testosterone. Looks the same as having too much estrogen. So you will have water retention. You can one of the myths that's out there is that it can cause blood clots. You'll see men who have been on high doses of testosterone. You see the people who look really, really red, especially in Caucasian, they have that red look to them because testosterone helps us to make red blood cells. So people who are on testosterone have more red blood cells, so they tend to have that red look to them. So some people believe that that also increases your risk of getting blood clots, but it does not increase the number of platelets that you have. And platelets are what cause blood clots, not red blood cells. Platelets. So that's kind of a misnomer that's out there. It's a myth. And so some physicians, some people will, freak out when they see your blood levels. Oh my God, you're going to have a clot. There's actually never been a case of that happening. But the main thing is going to be for women, there can be, if you're just using testosterone and you're not also using your estrogen and progesterone, you can have an increase in risk of breast cancer using it alone. So, and that's why it's important to have a physician who understands, who looks at all of the hormones and doesn't just give you the one thing. You really have to have someone who understands all of the hormones. But for too much testosterone, it generally is not going to have an adverse side effect and mess with any of your other medications. If anything, especially if you're on high blood pressure medications, if you're on cholesterol medications or diabetes medications, when you get on testosterone replacement, you may find that over time your use of those medications is going to go down because testosterone is cardioprotective. It's going to improve your cardiovascular function. And so oftentimes people who get their hormones optimized start needing less and less of those medications for those diseases.
You know what? I was under the impression for a long time that because I was monitoring, I'm always looking. And like I say, I tell friends about it, but I thought the higher my testosterone was, I thought it offsetted estrogen for some reason. And I don't know why I thought that.
And this did that. So, and this is one of the things, unfortunately, and I think we talked about this in a group. Sometimes there will be men who will have a high testosterone and it's like, oh, it's, 700 and they're not on replacement. And like, oh my God, my testosterone is so good. But that's actually because they have too much estrogen. So what happens is both men and women, if you have too much estrogen, and so we have a whole lot of environmental exposures that put more estrogen in our system. So when we have those high estrogen levels, the body makes a protein called sex hormone binding globulin. And so what that does is it tries to bind up and deactivate all of that estrogen. Well, unfortunately, all of our hormones, the brain is controlled by the same space in the brain. So it sees those low levels of estrogen, tries to make more of that, but it also makes more testosterone. So that testosterone goes up, but it's bound to that sex hormone binding globulin. So it's a fake high number.
And see, no, honestly, like I say, I can be transparent and that just really bugged me about who I was, my urologist, because my numbers, I was like at 1,100. My testosterone? Yeah, man, I was picking up cars and tossing them across the street. No, but I was at 1,100. And he didn't explain to me why I was still, my estrogen was almost got up to 40. And he said he didn't say nothing about it. And I had no idea up until I started learning right before the 21-day hormone reset. I was starting to read into it for myself. The man said nothing about it. I was
Yeah, and
because I was beating my chest on how high my testosterone was, but it wasn't like my body was
it
being
wasn't
able to use
real.
it.
And that's what happens is and I've had male clients, and they'll come and that estrogen is high, and I'm like, okay, so we have to address this high estrogen because it's not healthy for a man to have all that estrogen. And I'm like, well, your testosterone is going to go down, so we need to put you on a testosterone supplement. And they're like, oh, no, my testosterone's good. And I'm like, okay, I'll see you in 6 weeks. We'll repeat the labs in 6 weeks. And
then he walk out there
every
with a
single
purse and
time,
some pumps.
right? And then they come back. The estrogen is down where we need it, but that testosterone actually comes down to what it really is. And typically, it's about a third or a quarter of what it was prior to bringing the estrogen down.
Now, what's funny? My estrogen got down to 7, and then I was told that that's too low because you run the risk of osteoporosis.
Yes. So men need estrogen. We like for it to be at least 15, around 15 to 20 is where we like for males estrogen to be, because it does also have cardiovascular, it's cardioprotective as well. But for osteoporosis, men do get osteoporosis, and so yes, it is important that you have some, but not too much.
Man,
it's some good stuff.
It's good stuff, Les. That's why I knew that because originally, Les don't know you like I know you. So he was like, well, we're going to need to have another guest. I was like, no, trust me. She can take that whole hour up and we won't even have close to what we, because to me, I'm excited about it. That's why, when I get a chance, even if I miss the original broadcast when she goes on for the 21-day horrible, I always watch it later because, if you're like me and you always want to be better, I love the information. I am a freak for the information. I love it, man. So it's just I knew she would run all the way up to the time to go. The time to go. That's why you.
I mean, it's real good information. I started on the path with all of this stuff with Dr. Stevie's program, but now that I'm hearing you, it's going hand in hand, and now I'm getting a greater understanding of everything that's going on. I just had a question and I forgot what it was.
That's because I was trying to keep talking.
Right.
She was supposed to have been here. She was supposed to have been right.
That's what it was. I peeked in on your live today, and you said it was the second phase of the program.
Starting it over.
Or you were starting it over.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, because we did the full first run in January, and so we're going to start all over from day one. Actually, right after this, I'm going to hop on and do an intro.
At 8 o'clock, so that means you got to go. You got to go to the powder room.
I was like, apparently, I'm gonna be a little bit late.
No, you're not, because you're finna get out the break room right now in a couple of seconds. Go powder up and do all that stuff.
So we start tonight. Tonight will just be an intro, and then tomorrow will actually be the first official video. And next week for the detox that Torry mentioned, we're going to do the detox together as a group this time. So that will start next Monday for people who are interested in learning about the detox. I'll talk about that tonight as well.
Our engineer at Audiohive, he wants to know, can it be for white people? Can white people do it? Because he just, you're melanated, I'm melanated, and Les is, he's like, well, geez, I mean, you guys, you want reparations, and now I can't even detox with you? What the hell? So I'm just kidding. He's a good dude.
It's for all people,
Okay, it's for all people, bro. You can get your liver clean.
And while I was,
you go and make some kids. Come and make about 5 more kids.
While I was in California, I was hard pressed to find somebody with some melanin.
You weren't too hard pressed because they're in Joliet.
I said when I was in California, it was.
I saw you running on the beach like Baywatch. I saw you.
That was in Florida.
Either way, it was like Baywatch. Your hair was flying. You was running in slow motion.
Hey, why should
why
should I pay somebody to do my marketing when I can run myself?
That's what I'm saying. But see, the cars and everything was moving fast behind you, the birds there, but you was doing.
We can rebuild her.
I was like, go. Hey,
So
it was
silly.
a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you. I know you got to get ready for the 21-day the broadcast on your page. I'll be sharing it on mine as well as the break room. Like I say, people can get tired of it, but when they run and get into trouble, they're going to wish that they got some of this information. I plan on using it. I've been sharing it and trying to get people to just tune in, because if you are into yourself and you're into health, you're going to definitely find something that's going to matter of fact, everything that's said is going to benefit you. So
is that going to be on your personal page or is that going to be on the group page?
21-day reset page.
Yeah, so there's it's going to be on a group page, so it won't be on my personal page.
You can sign up, Les. I mean, I think you could invite yourself or be accepted, one of them. All I know is I'm probably the third member on there.
I signed up today.
You signed up today? Hey, Doc, it was a pleasure. We loved having you the first time.
Thank you.
So tomorrow when you come on, we'll just talk about, when you come back next week.
We're going to start talking about my pay now.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay, so ladies, hold on.
Listen, hold on. That's the wrong button, man.
Hold on.
No, Torry, no, seriously though. I don't know if you saw my live, Torry, but you need to make sure you come on tonight because I'm gonna talk about this right here.
I saw that. I looked at it.
What is that?
Did you look it up?
I didn't look it up. I figured you'd look it up or you tell us. It looked like something I don't feel like I could afford. Let me see it again. What's that? A plate?
A smart plate.
A smart plate.
And you see it has an app, so.
Do it eat for you?
No.
So you can put food on there and say, you have 2 ounces of green beans.
Is that what it does?
Essentially, what it does is it works by artificial intelligence and it can sense what the food is. And so, and it will tell you what the exact macros are for the food. And you can actually, let's say you can scan the barcodes. And so it reads the barcodes, but it also for most foods, it can read what the food is.
It's like the smart app, it's like Fat Secret app. I guess you could actually scan and then it tells you when you follow your macros, but then you have to understand what macros are, less.
Right.
It's connected to Alexa too. Your macros are down. Your macros are down.
No. All I know is you going to tell us how much it costs? I got to wait.
Well,
hold on. Let me see. I need a drum roll.
I told you I'm beta testing, and I told you that.
Let me beta test it. I want to be. It's only 3 men in the group, and I probably was the first one to say, "Let me beta test it." I want to beta test it.
So, but I'll find out. He says. So, like I said, I met the guy on Clubhouse who created this, and so my goal is to get a discount code for the group.
Yeah, get a discount code for the group.
But it's really the good thing about it is a lot of times, even when people are calculating their macros, you don't, like, let's say you'll eat cashews and you count it as a fat, but cashews have a lot of carbohydrates. And so people don't count that. And then they don't understand, why am I not
But you can get two. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone with stuff like cashews. They can fit into your macros right if you put them into the right place. So.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't. It's my fat, and so they're missing out on. It's like they're not getting an accurate count of their macros, and so this is like there is nothing that you not.
Amazing.
It's all going to be counted. It's all there's. Yeah, and then so then you can put it in the app, and then your coach can look at it and be like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm my coach. Unless you're for hire, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. Hey, Doc, we got to get out of here. You got a show to do. You're doing double duty.
Right. I got work to do.
You make sure you tell them that you got held over in
the
break room. Hey, we out of here. It was awesome talking to you. We'll be keeping up with you soon.
Thank you so much, Doc.
All right.
Bye-bye. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Information, and I knew that she would have plenty for us. If you are interested into things, go to the 21-day hormone reset. It's a lot going on with your body, and you need to know it. Because the healthier you are, the better quality of life you'll live, and the better your family will enjoy you. I mean, I'm living a pretty good life, and I'm blessed, but I'm also blessed with information. Our people perish for the lack of
knowledge.
There you go. So there's knowledge for you.
To just the Bible, which is true, but it's
just
everyday life. Period.
The Bible is a guide for life. So it says that thing that we take that and we articulate that to our everyday life. Right. And you know what? And it's about having a good quality of life. And I tell people all the time, when I was 20, I couldn't wait to get a certain age, and then 30, then but life really got good, and it really bloomed for me at 50. It just, when you're a kid, you think that's old, but man, a lot of things, a lot of understanding, a lot of things, a lot of paths opened up when I hit 50. It's 5 years ago. And I realized that life is short, and I just want to enjoy it the best I can. I want to be healthy. People always see me tripping out, working out, doing other things. That's what I do. That's how I get my high. I don't use drugs. I don't do none of that. So this is where I get my release and my high. I like to work out. I like to try to eat healthy. I like to feel the best I can. I want to my dad to be 86 years old. I want to surpass that. I want to go as long as I can, and I want to do the things that are necessary. Like you reminded me that I said, I can't dictate when I'm going to leave here, but I'm definitely not going to leave here by something that I could have prevented.
Amen to that.
And so you need to have that mindset. Get healthy. There are so many people, so much information that you can get. And I just want you to do better because I want to do better. And Les is already on the road to doing better. We want to live. We want to live and live life more abundantly. And that's just not spiritual. Absolutely. It's natural.
Absolutely. Just think about this. People say it's too expensive to sign up for a gym. It's too expensive to eat healthy. It's too expensive to do what Dr. Bogart is doing. But on the day side, I work in healthcare, on the administrative side and the financial side. And I can see what it does on the opposite side of not living healthy. And the bills are astronomical. Not only are the bills astronomical, but it's a big burden on your family when you're in the hospital for days at a time because you failed to take care of yourself. So that's time, that's money, it's stress, it's depression, it's oppression. When we need to flip our mindset and say, I'll pay for what needs to be done right now.
Absolutely.
So that I can live a long and prosperous, healthy life.
Yeah. And, I know we got to get out of here. We're running a little over, but I know one thing that a lot of, we grew up in the traditional church, and, a lot of people think you can just do what you want to do and then just pray your way out. And, I think always envisioned, and I'm paraphrasing, I envisioned you get up to the gates, you die of something that you didn't have to.
Oh, wow.
And you get to the gates, and you're like, well, look what you did to my temple.
Whoa.
Look what you did to what I gave you. I gave you a perfectly good body. I gave you life. And look what you did to it. You did all these things, and you did things wrong. You did that, and I'm going to hold you accountable for it.
Well,
I don't want to take that chance. It may seem like a paraphrase, but life is a gift. Life is precious. You have to take care of it. You have to do the best you can. Get on top of it.
That's right.
And like I say, don't worry. Sometimes you just can't worry about the cost. That detox that I'm taking is expensive, but you know what? Hospital visits are expensive. Everything is expensive, and I just want to live.
Amen to that, bro. Amen to that.
All right.
Full-time ministry is no joke. You need to have your health doing full-time.
You got to have your health in full-time anything. Hey, Les, we paying overtime. Somebody needs to sponsor us. We need to get out of here. It's Audiohive. It's your boy, T. McBlack.
Just Les.
And we are the Break Room. All right, peace.
All right, peace, y'all.
In the break room.